understand those odds are not even. Because they had their federations on that panel. It wasn't fair to the rest of the participants for them to just have only one of them against us. So I went to this panel telling them very openly that you're asking me, Neil Lewis, to participate in this panel. I will be me, Neil Lewis, on this panel. And I tell people, regardless of whatever hat I'm wearing, whether it be as a presidential appointee to the Ability One Commission, a board of directors member for the American Association of People with Disabilities, a member of the Statewide Rehab Council of the Rehabilitation Services of Maryland, whatever hat I'm wearing is on my federation head. So I'm looking forward to this panel. We get on the panel, and it's obvious that there has been some discussions about something prior to my participation, because they start singling in on what we know best, Braille. What is it going to take to make sure that more blind students get Braille education? Well, I know the answer, but I sit. As my friends say, I'm like peroxide, just laying in the cut. Y'all know about that.
Wow.
So they go and start talking, and I'm listening. And they say, this is what we need. We need more analytical tools to assess and determine so we can show the professionals that Braille is a needed instructional medium. Well, for those of you who don't know, the National Federation of the Blind invested time and resources to develop the National Reading Media Assessment. So I'm ready to just blow that on. The National Reading Media Assessment is a tool that we use and encourage others to use to make sure that children that have low vision within the school system actually do get Braille instruction based on a true, peer-reviewed, research-based assessment. Once I start talking about this, one of the professionals interrupts and says, oh, but the research is flawed. Well, first of all, this is not the forum for you to say that if you haven't taken the opportunity to really challenge us on that prior to this engagement. So I'm feeling that I've been set up. But I don't mind, because I know that I'm on the winning team. So I let her continue on to disparage the National Reading Media Assessment. And then what I do is what my uncle calls playing country dumb. You guys know country dumb? I know. Country dumb is when you sit there and you act like you don't know what you're talking about. So people's expectation of you get lowered. And that way anything you do is going to be brilliant. So I sit back and I start playing, well, you know, I don't know much about this research. You know, just for you guys to know, I do have my master's degree in public administration with an emphasis in program evaluation and policy analysis. But for this particular forum, I'm country dumb. I don't know about the research. I almost wanted to do it in my Yes, I don't know about that research. Wow. But I told him I may not have the research. But I'm going to tell you a little story. This is what country boys do. We can tell some stories. I'm sitting up in my office the other day, and some students came to visit me. And it reminded me that at a time when the Georgia Academy for the Blind was having blind students go through their curriculum to achieve special education diplomas, which will do nothing for their future. We decided to start what we call the Beta Project. We had successful blind individuals going down. These are not educators. These are not professionals in the education space. These are just successful blind adults. We pull those kids in to a curriculum of just life experience. And again, setting high expectations. Making sure that they recognize that they have an ability to seek the rights of everyone else, but also had to make sure that they were owning up to the responsibilities. By the time we were finished, all of those students were graduating with regular ed diplomas pursuing post-secondary education. That's what I told them. I don't have the data, I just have this story that I want to tell you. And I said, I'm sitting up in my office one day and 4 students from this program came to visit me. And I sat around the room and I looked and I said, each and every one of them graduated not only with just a regular high school diploma, not a special ed diploma, they're all college graduates, gainfully employed. So I may not have the data that you're talking about. I may not have the statistics that you think are flawed in the assessment, but what I do have is tangible, living proof that the philosophy of the National Federation of the Blind works. We have to make sure that we set expectations, high expectations. We have to hold accountable and hold those who interact with us equally accountable. One of the gentlemen that came, one of that four, was Mr. Isaiah Wilcox. Many of you may have met him. He was a scholarship winner. Did Isaiah, was he a Timbrook fellow at one point? No, I think he may be applying sometime soon.
Right.
But I remember giving Isaiah Wilcox a scholarship at Georgia. As the president there. And his parents, they were so proud, you know, because he's graduated from the Georgia Cat for the Blind, got a regular ed diploma, going to college. And his mom says, wow, Isaiah, you can grow up and be like Mr. Lewis. This is when I knew I loved this young man. Isaiah Wilcox looked me dead in the face and says, I'm going to be better. This is what we did to them. We brainwashed those kids into thinking they could be better than me. What is that about? And I was so proud of him at that moment. And I looked right back at him and I said, that's very good and bold, young blood, but I just want to let you know, I'm not going to make it easy. And he has pound for pound been coming after me. He's on my heels every day. Phenomenal young man. But I'm impressed with his success. But it's not what I did.
Yeah.
It's what we did.
Yeah.
We set expectations. We got in that hole. We knew the way out, so we showed others the way out. We have to continue to do that.
Yeah.
Remember that friend I told you about? She walked around with the sighted guide girlfriend. And she expressed that she had, you know, better independence and she fit in better. She was not the blind friend.
Yeah.
One day she said she was out with those friends and she heard something that she probably felt that she shouldn't have heard, but had she not heard it, her life would have not been the quality that it is now. She heard one of the friends say to the other, can you take her for a while?
Been there.
Yeah, a couple times.
I can only imagine how that hurt.
Yeah.
Because at that particular point, all of her perceptions around her independence and her full participation slammed to the floor. Because she recognized at that point that she was more of a burden.
Yeah.
And they were engaging with her out of charity.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I love the way God works.
Yes, sir.
In her life were members of the National Federation of the Blind.
Yes, sir.
And she was able to finally clearly see that these individuals that are out there using those white canes aren't dependent on their friends. And they don't have to worry about someone taking turns to lead them around. And she says it was at that point that she finally saw life clearly. And she said to herself, I want what they have.
Yeah.
She says she got hungry for the Federation. And that's what we have to do. I know you just had a really good meal, so all of you guys are stuffed and everything. I need you to be hungry. I need you to be hungry. I need you to get others hungry for the Federation. We have to get out there and raise expectations. We have to challenge people to be better than they are. We have to make them understand that they have a life that they can live. And no one can define that but themselves. The only limitation they have is their inability to take risks and their fear of actually achievement. I am filled with hope, energy, and love by participating in the National Federation of the Blind. Because my expectations are raised, my contribution makes a difference to myself and to others, and I can celebrate these and many more accomplishments with you, my Federation family. God bless you. I love you.
All right, baby.